3, 2, 1.
Good Monday morning, everybody, and happy 4th of July. Welcome to KSAT News. It's Independence Day, Sarah.
Yeah, happy 4th. We've been talking about it all morning.
Yeah.
Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Oh, both.
Oh my gosh, you sound like Max Massey. Okay, potato salad or coleslaw?
Potato salad all day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good
Mustard
answer.
potato salad too.
Mustard.
Yes. Mustard potato salad.
I've had it. It's not bad. If you put sour cream in your potato salad, it's to another
not a fan of
level.
sour cream.
Mike
Not a fan.
Osterhage is
Okay,
giving
Mike
me the
is-
yes.
Yeah,
That is
Mike-
extra calories, extra fat, but it's very, very good.
Yeah.
Speaking of hot dogs, the
Wait,
hot
you're not
dog-
answering any of these questions. What are your answers?
Okay, hot dog.
Okay, hot dog.
I like
yeah.
the griddle and over the grill, and I like
Okay.
potato salad over coleslaw.
Yeah.
With potato,
okay.
you get the potato chips and you dip it into the potato salad. Just
I like when the hot dog is like just slightly burned a little bit.
Yes.
It's got that little crispiness to
charredness
it.
to
Yes,
it.
it's pretty good stuff.
Mike
there.
is giving us the nod, saying yes, you're right on all
We're
these
just really
answers.
hungry and want to go to a cookout.
Right.
That's what I feel
hey,
is going
speaking
on
of
here.
cookout and hot dogs, the Coney Island National Hot Dog
Yes.
Eating Contest. It's happening right now, and the defending champ, he's injured with a foot injury. So I wonder if he's standing or sitting.
Yeah, it said that he's fending off the competition in crutches. What?
Yeah.
For
Okay.
Joey Chestnut
76
is his name.
hot dogs
Yeah.
is Joey's record. So we'll
Ooh.
keep an eye on that to see if he breaks that record.
Yeah, that is always incredible the way that they do that. And I know there's a strategy to it where they are
They dip it in
basically
water.
dipping the bun in the water. Yeah, because that apparently it's a whole different thing here when you're in this like food eating game and stuff.
And they
Yeah.
stand and they
Yeah.
inhale these things, but
It's not very pleasurable to watch.
no.
But
Makes
very
you-
impressive nonetheless.
Very impressive.
Yeah. So, of course, Sarah, bringing the fireworks this morning. Thank you very
Trying
much
to.
for being with us this morning.
Safely and legally.
Yeah. And we have obviously a lot of headlines to get to. Had a lot of big news over the weekend. We're talking about some national stories here in just a bit, to new developments in Uvalde over the weekend. And also, we're talking about cookouts, burgers, hot dogs.
Yeah. It's going to
What is that
cost
gonna
you.
cost?
It's going to cost a lot,
Ouch. Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
those gas prices.
Definitely. Also going to be over some events that are taking place in our area, of course, to celebrate the 4th of July. But of course, we do want to get to some breaking news that's just into our newsroom.
Yeah, we have some late breaking news. 18 people have been arrested in Atascosa County in a suspected human smuggling operation after deputies chased a truck this morning.
That's right. Atascosa County Sheriff David Soward posted to his Facebook page that with the help of Border Patrol agents, LaSalle County deputies, Atascosa County deputies, all helped detain 18 people, including minors, after a chase broke out around 7 this morning, and that chase involved a stolen F-250 truck.
So that truck was stolen out of Live Oak County. Now, the sheriff says the driver of the stolen truck is 16-year-old and now facing human smuggling charges. The 18 people detained will all face charges of human smuggling and evading arrest.
Yeah, and if you're watching us on the visual platforms, KSAT.com, you see the pictures there. As we mentioned earlier, they've been posted on the Facebook page there for the sheriff. And again, just another incident. We've seen this for the past week and a half or so, where we're seeing a lot of these cases take place. And in the middle of summer too, the dead of the heat. I mean, it's been a pretty rough situation here.
Definitely a talking point. But of course, this just came into our newsroom about 30 minutes ago,
Yeah.
so we'll have more on that story at noon and also on KSAT.com.
That's right. Okay, moving on to a developing national story. A lot of this news developing over the weekends. Authorities released what they called, quote, heartbreaking video of the deadly shooting of Jalen Walker.
So a black man who police say was unarmed when Akron police in Ohio chased him on foot and killed him in a hail of gunfire. Now, officers at the time believed he had shot at them earlier from a vehicle and feared he was preparing to shoot again. Now, authorities said all of this at a press conference on Sunday.
The 8 officers directly involved in the shooting have been placed on administrative leave, and the city canceled its 4th of July festival and celebration amid a lot of controversy there in Akron.
So videos released Sunday show officers attempting to stop Walker's car around 12:30 in the morning for an unspecified traffic violation. The Associated Press is reporting that less than a minute into the pursuit, the sound of a shot was heard from the car, and a transportation department camera captured what appeared to be a muzzle flash coming from the vehicle. That's according to the police chief in Akron.
The police chief there also saying that of course changed the nature of the case from a routine traffic stop to now a public safety issue. The medical examiner found about 60 wounds on Walker's body, although the exact number of shots fired has not been determined.
So hundreds gathered in downtown Akron, Ohio Sunday. Many carried homemade signs and chanted, quote, "No more dying," as they marched toward City Hall. Black lawmakers, including city and state representatives, spoke to the crowd. The Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation is conducting an investigation into this case. I know there's going to be, there's been a lot of reports, not including some of those details that we just went over that the Associated Press released. This is all coming from that press conference that happened on Sunday. So I would like to see, really what unfolds with this case, because I know a lot of different things have been reported on the different news outlets. Yeah,
anytime with these types of incidents, you always want to see the most transparency possible, as much as law enforcement officials can release. So, them releasing some of the body cam footage, that's sort of the first step. But as you were saying, there's still a lot of the investigation that sort of needs to play out. But it's a very it's a heated time there right now in Akron. So as you can see, they canceled a lot of their events today, but a lot of people on edge there this morning.
All right, let's head to Uvalde now, where despite Pete Arredondo's resignation from council on Saturday, members of Uvalde community are pushing for him to also step down from the police chief of Uvalde CISD.
That's right. Yesterday, there was another protest that happened at the memorial site for the Robb Elementary School massacre. About a dozen people were there, including one of the child victims, that's Uzziah Garcia's mother and uncle. His mother also calling for the resignation of District Attorney Christina Mitchell Busby.
Arredondo, he stepped down from City Council Saturday in a letter to the mayor. Were you there for that? You were there for the City Council.
I was there for the City Council meeting on Thursday.
So what was that environment like? What was that atmosphere in that council chamber?
Yeah, it was very heated, very tense, very emotional scene there, and a lot of the questions that were directed to the City Council members that were there and the mayor were just like, well, where is Pete Arredondo? Like, why have we not heard from him? And the mayor there saying at the time that he has not heard directly from Arredondo up until when he asked for that leave of absence from City Council, which was denied. So,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was before that. And so they were just very upset, still trying to just figure out any sort of answers. I think that obviously the pressure from those families, citizens, I don't want to speak obviously on Arredondo's behalf, but I would assume that played a part in him submitting this resignation. He just knew that I can't go on right now with this.
It is, and then he's under investigation right now. So there is a lot of developments there, and I know there is a lot of just a lot of emotions in that community right now. Still a lot of raw emotions.
It was very tough. I have to admit, it was very tough because I had not been back to Uvalde up until days after the shooting. But to see all these families still just in this mourning, grieving, just these stages of grief where they're just trying to figure out anything, any information, for their loved ones. It was just a very emotional scene. Arredondo did say in this letter that the mayor, city council, and city staff must continue to move forward without distractions, and he said that he feels this is best for Uvalde, and of course the city said that they felt it was the right thing to do for him to step down, and they will address what happens to that council seat in the future. Remember, they have a other council meeting coming up on July 12th, which was going to be his third probably missed meeting, but now he's just submitted his resignation.
All right, we're gonna stay on top of this very important story, and we'll have updates through our newscast and on KSAT.com.
Yes, all right, we were talking about cookouts and things to do on 4th of July. So Americans will now have to dig even deeper into their pockets. Say it ain't so to celebrate this holiday. The American Farm Bureau Federation released a new survey Monday that found the Independence Day cookout, well, get this, cost Americans 17% more on average than it did a year ago.
Can this all stop first, Gas? Now they're onto our burgers and our hot dogs. So they report feeding 10 guests on average will cost nearly $70 this year, an increase of about $10 from last year.
Bummer. Like you said, just stay away from our burgers and hot dogs.
Yeah.
The biggest price jump comes from beef products. All right, 2 pounds of beef can cost 36% more. Chicken, lemonade, and potato salad have also seen an increase in prices.
Not the potato salad.
Man, all the good stuff.
Well, I guess we're eating coleslaw. All right, experts blame inflation, supply chain issues, and the war in Ukraine for these increased costs, but not everything costs more. The prices for potato chips, cheese, and strawberries have dipped. So
Okay.
I guess I have to choose. I've been doing potato chips into the potato salad.
Yeah.
Just go with the potato chip.
I like potato chips with a burger, though. That's always a good combination,
'cause
too.
I think sometimes
Yeah.
fries are too heavy because
Yes.
of burgers.
Yeah.
You know?
I gotcha.
I don't know.
I feel you on that. Let's bring in someone here who's
Okay.
definitely an expert
He's
on
an
all
expert.
of this
We've been
stuff.
talking about this all morning.
No,
Mike.
well, you were talking about Joey Chestnut. 76 hot dogs or something like that.
Whoa.
The thing that nobody has answered yet is how much does that weigh? And I've been trying to look that up. Some say it's 15 pounds worth of hot dogs.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, is a pack of dogs about a
We're Googling
pound a
right now.
piece or something like that? And
much
would
does a
that
pack
be 8 per? You know,
Okay,
so do the math like
how
that.
many
And then
ounces?
they dip it in the water with the bun, so that adds a little weight to it.
How much does a pack of hot dogs weigh? We're
Here we
doing
go.
the deep
Doing it on the
research
fly.
here. 1.6 ounces. Okay, wait. Individual dogs. Okay, so
1.6 ounces.
8 ounces is. No, I'm sorry.
16 ounces in a pound. How many dogs are there? 8.
8.
So
Uh-oh, math
just
on the
under a
fly.
pound per 8.
I already lost you guys.
So if
Let's see.
76.
76.
8 times 9, 72. Just under that. So what are we talking about? 9.
10.
Like just under 9 pounds of dogs or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually,
then
it's pretty
also-
good.
Look at
that
Pretty good
math.
stuff, Mike.
Well,
yeah,
and you got
pretty good.
the volume too. I'm like, how did? Ugh.
Where does it go? And that guy is not a big man.
So,
Like he just.
in my extensive reporting on this food stuff, I know that they've trained their stomach to do this. And the only way I know this is because Mark Mendez, one of our photographers, he's competing in these like wing competitions. So he's
Seriously?
totally the way this stuff. Yes. So you
this
can
is-
line your stomach with milk, and that'll help it sort of absorb within. Yeah, and then you can, I guess, like, what other way to say this? Train your intestines.
Because
It says 70.
a lot
It
going
says
on here.
70 hot dogs weigh 15 pounds and have 19,600 calories. And this guy, he's 32 and weighs 225 pounds, but burns about 3,000 calories a day. At this rate, it'll take him about a week to burn off all the hot dogs.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. The things you're doing to your body for
I
this.
know, yeah. Well,
That's a lot,
He
I
is
mean-
the undisputed champion, food eating champion.
You got to do what you got to do to win that hot dog
you
eating
think about
contest.
some of those restaurants that say, "Can you eat a 48-ounce, steak and
yeah.
everything?" And that's
They'll give it to you
just,
for free after the fact,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
that's only what 3 pounds of steak. So.
Now I don't want hot
Yikes.
dogs on
I
the
know.
4th of
Now
July.
you're
Thanks,
not hungry.
guys.
Completely turn up your appetite.
I mean, 9 pound, 10, whatever it is of anything
my
is almost too
God.
much. So, all right, we love this picture. We've been showing this one all morning long. This is Tommy, and as I like to say, it
Tommy.
looks like Tommy just got back from the eye doctor. So, or he's really, really mad about having the hat and the bandana on there. So anyway, thank you for that. Okay, 100-degree days. As of yesterday, we hit 25. We had all those clouds hanging around there, and for a while, even in early afternoon, I was thinking, we're not going to squeeze it out. Yes, we did squeeze it out. And then, of course, today, we are going to be looking at triple digits as well. Of course, going back just, 9 years ago, 41 days at triple digits. 2 years prior to that, 57, and the record 2 years prior to that. And been saying all morning long, I remember how most of these chunks of hundreds were in late July and August. A couple of those years, it seemed like every day in August was up to 100 degrees. So don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or not. Forecasting it again today, not a drop of rain out there today. And one thing you got to watch out for, pool looks awfully nice today, but if you're outside, the UV index is extreme, so it doesn't take hardly any time at all to even get a sunburn. So a lot of experts always say that put sunscreen on before you even think about going outside. We've got a couple of clouds still hanging around there right now, plenty of sunshine right now. And here's the visible satellite picture with just a smattering of clouds. A couple of more out there to the west. You had all that rain from Uvalde on down to the South Lake. You got some yesterday as well. So with that moisture in the ground, may help to keep temperatures down slightly, but you'll still have heat index to deal with later on today and throughout the rest of today. 96 at 2 o'clock. And then again, like I said, 100 for high temperature today. Plenty of sunshine out there, and we will only drop into the about mid-90s throughout the evening hours. So if you're going to be out this evening, it's still going to be obviously very toasty warm out there. There's the high that we can thank for all this beautiful weather that we are having. I say that with tongue in cheek. If you are a hot weather lover, thank this thing. This thing is not moving anywhere. Of course, it kind of slid off to the west last week, and so that's what allowed that sort of northwesterly flow in here. We had that little bit of a front that moved through, got some of the rain last week. Now this thing is back in place. The hope would be in this position that there would be something trying to brew, when we call them easterly waves, coming in here off the Gulf of Mexico, but that just doesn't look like it's going to be the case because there's nothing showing up in long-range forecasts through the weekend and even into the first part of next week. The one little bit of hope now, as we go into Friday and the weekend, that high is just going to kind of build in on top of us, strengthen somewhat. We are going to be even hotter, it looks like, by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday by a couple of degrees. But if that does finally move off to the west slightly more, perhaps we get into a northwesterly flow, maybe a little disturbance, maybe. I mean, that's all we can hope for as of right now, just kind of maybes as far as any sort of change in the weather all the way across the board. If you like consistency, well, I mean, got a couple of 101s and 102s stuck in there, but yeah, very hot, morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, and again, not a drop of rain in the forecast whatsoever. What have you found on hot dogs?
Okay,
we were just, he is standing with crutches while doing the contest.
He is, yeah.
Oh, hi.
And they're having some of the,
there we go.
It looks like they were doing a profile on ESPN News, if you want to check this out, on the female champion who recently had a baby.
Yeah, so she didn't win
back
last year. Well, she didn't compete because she was pregnant, so she couldn't do it. But now she's back to reclaim her title and to beat. She wants to beat the girl who won last year in her spot.
Yeah, and I think she ate 48 hot dogs was her mark, right? Oof. I know.
What could you eat the most of? If there was one thing.
Ooh, good question. Good question.
Oh. Probably, I mean, I sometimes will go through a bag of chips, no shame there, so just in one sitting, just like, it's all gone.
Kettle cooked potato chips?
Yeah, it was pretty good, yeah.
The H-E-B brand salt and pepper one, they add sugar to them, and you're just like,
I was gonna say H-E-B has this trail mix. It's that heat one. There's like these little spicy peanuts and little spicy whatever it is, and I can go through a bag of that like I'm nothing. Like honestly, like I'm honestly like done with it. I'm like, I cannot believe I just
probably
did this.
Healthier than the bag of potato chips.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
I don't know, Oreo cookies are pretty good.
Ooh, now that's real dangerous.
I know. Yeah,
the
especially
Oreo
the thin ones.
Championships. Here we go.
Oreo championships. We're gonna.
No, that's not really a thing.
I was like, seriously?
I'll make sure to let you know if that ever does become a thing.
I had a bag. My son is home from college, and there was a bag of the little thin ones, the lemons.
Yes.
They're pretty good.
Very good.
They've been, kind of a couple here and there, and then looked yesterday, and it's like,
where'd they go? Whoops.
They're gone.
it's gone. So anyway.
All right. Well,
Okay.
thanks,
Good to know, Mike.
Mike.
Good to know.
Hey,
Yes.
we want to remind you guys to head to KSAT.com because San Antonio's big event at Woodlawn Lake will return this year starting at 11 a.m. Or I guess it's already started. But their firework display is going to happen at 9 p.m. And we have a list of all the places that you can see fireworks today on KSAT.com.
That's right. We're talking about Helotes, San Marcos shirts, where Tiffany Huertas was this morning
big
for
parade.
their big events going on there. So just go to our website because there are some places like Bernie, which I found out this morning, which has actually canceled some of their fireworks shows just because of the drought and because of the heat and all the extensive conditions that we've been seeing here. But still a lot going on in our area.
We know people in San Antonio are going to pop fireworks regardless if it's legal or not. I urge everyone to stay safe.
Yeah, definitely. Are you a big fireworks person, Sarah?
No. No. I'm not. They scare my dog.
I know you're very interested in this hot dog eating contest, but not the fireworks.
No,
not so much.
doesn't mean I'm not patriotic.
Yeah.
But
that is a good point, though. You bring up a good point because we're getting, the Animal Defense League, San Antonio ACS, Animal Care Services. They always say that, make sure that your dog is in a safe place too. Inside. Yes.
And you're
if you
next to it,
cup us-
giving it lots of
Can you
cuddles.
put little earmuffs on them or
I
something?
put a weighted blanket on him.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at you.
I
Good mama.
know.
Good dog mama.
Hey, happy 4th of July.
Yeah, you guys have a great one, and we will be back here tomorrow morning.